Vitamin D is a very important vitamin. We get it primarily from the sun. It hits the skin, the cholesterol in the skin, it gets converted, goes to the liver, gets changed around chemically again, goes to the kidneys, gets changed again, and makes a hormone that we call vitamin D. But it's a hormone, really. But it's important because it has to do with keeping the bones in good shape. We need vitamin D. We need vitamin D because it increases the absorption of calcium in the intestines. If you have adequate blood levels of vitamin D, you may absorb as much as 3 times more vitamin D. So that's... This is Dr. John Scharffenberg, professor of nutrition at Loma Linda University, where I've been there for the last 58 years.
Vitamin D plays a crucial role in health, yet many individuals have a deficiency in this vital nutrient. Additionally, more people are lacking in B12 than previously assumed. Meet Dr. John Scharffenberg, a professor of nutrition at Loma Linda University. At 100 years old, he continues his work as a physician, nutritionist, and educator, generously offering his expertise to promote healthier living. Did you know that most Americans are lacking in certain essential vitamins? Stay with us to discover 3 of those nutrients and how to address their deficiency, as explained by Dr. Scharffenberg. But first, let's uncover 3 of his health secrets that have helped him remain an active centenarian. Exercise routine.
Exercise. If you don't exercise, you're going to die sooner. Mm-hmm. For every hour you exercise, you will live 3 hours longer.
Exercise is crucial for health and longevity. Dr. Scharffenberg highlights that even if a woman is obese but exercises daily, she will likely outlive a woman of normal weight who does not exercise. He stresses the significance of physical activity, especially in middle age, as it's the most critical time for establishing an exercise routine. Regular exercise at this stage can even lower the risk of Alzheimer's. At 100 years old, Dr. Scharffenberg has scaled back his workouts, but he still makes a point to walk regularly. Walking at least 2 miles a day is highly recommended for older adults. Staying physically active is one of the best ways to maintain health, prevent or delay age-related conditions, and keep muscles strong to maintain independence. For every hour you exercise, you can extend your life by 3 hours.
For every hour you exercise, you will live 3 hours longer.
What Dr. John Scharffenberg eat? As a member of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, Dr. Scharffenberg refrains from smoking and drinking, and he follows a vegetarian diet. While being vegetarian isn't mandatory for Adventists, many choose to adopt a plant-based lifestyle. Interestingly, Loma Linda, California, where Dr. Scharffenberg is from, is one of the 5 recognized blue zones, regions where people live significantly longer than the global average. Blue zones, like Loma Linda, Okinawa, Japan, Sardinia, Italy, Nicoya, Costa Rica, and Ikaria, Greece, are home to many centenarians. Research shows that 95% of people who live to be at least 100 follow a diet rich in plant-based foods, beans, and whole grains. In fact, studies reveal that Adventists in Loma Linda live up to a decade longer than the average American. Furthermore, vegetarian Adventists tend to live 1.5 to 2.4 years longer than their non-vegetarian counterparts. The longevity of Seventh-day Adventists is often attributed to their plant-based diets. So, what does an Adventist diet typically include? Their meals generally consist of 5 main food groups. Legumes, including beans, lentils, chickpeas, and peas, are packed with protein, fiber, and essential nutrients. Dr. Scharffenberg mentions a particular fondness for snow peas. Whole grains, such as brown rice, barley, and oatmeal, are also key components. These grains are higher in fiber compared to refined grains, and a diet rich in whole grains is linked to reduced risks of heart disease, diabetes, and certain cancers. Nuts are another important part of his diet. Eating nuts can significantly lower the risk of heart attacks, particularly for high-risk individuals. However, since nuts are high in calories, portion control is necessary. Pistachios are among the preferred options. Fruits and vegetables play a vital role as well. Consuming a wide variety of these every day offers numerous benefits, including plant-based compounds that reduce the risk of chronic diseases. As a long-term resident of Loma Linda, Dr. Scharffenberg follows this nutrient-rich diet to maintain his health and mental clarity well into his golden years. Soy is highly beneficial. Dr. Scharffenberg recommends consuming around 100 grams of tofu or soybeans daily. Soybeans are rich in protein and provide a balanced amount of carbohydrates and fats. They also offer an array of vitamins, minerals, and plant compounds, particularly isoflavones. Regular consumption of soy may help ease menopause symptoms and reduce the risk of prostate and breast cancers. However, it's important to note that soybeans can lead to digestive issues and may affect thyroid function in individuals who are predisposed to such conditions. Dr. Scharffenberg enjoys a variety of fruits, with mangoes being his favorite. Known as the king of fruits, mangoes are celebrated in many regions where they are cultivated. Like leafy greens such as spinach, broccoli, and kale, as well as vibrant yellow and red foods like tomatoes and peppers, mangoes are rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, which can help lower the risk of chronic eye diseases. Mangoes also contain polyphenol that may help inhibit the growth of certain breast and colon cancer cells, according to a 2010 study. In addition, mangoes are an excellent source of vitamin B6, a nutrient many seniors lack but is essential for brain health. Just half a cup of raw mango provides 10% of the daily recommended intake of vitamin B6. Dr. Scharffenberg also emphasized 3 other vitamins that are commonly deficient in seniors. Stay tuned to discover what they are and how to address these deficiencies for a healthier, longer life. Vitamin A. Vitamin A is necessary for the absorption of calcium in the body. Around 45% of Americans don't get enough vitamin A, and globally, about 127 million children and 7 million pregnant women are vitamin A deficient. Lack of this crucial nutrient can increase the risk of infections, blindness, and even death. Vitamin A plays a key role in replacing skin cells, maintaining optimal vision, and supporting a healthy immune system. People with vitamin A deficiency are more vulnerable to severe infections, and it's especially important for children under 5 to have enough vitamin A in their diets or through supplements. In adults, one major sign of vitamin A deficiency is night blindness. If you struggle with seeing at night, it could be a warning sign. Dr. Scharffenberg recommends maintaining a healthy diet to avoid deficiency. Beta-carotene, found in foods like carrots, is converted into vitamin A by the body. Beta-carotene is preferable to vitamin A itself, as it does not increase the risk of osteoporosis. Unlike vitamin A, foods like cantaloupe, sweet potatoes, and other dark-colored fruits and vegetables are great sources of beta-carotene. Vitamin B12.
You should know about the new evidence we have regarding vitamin B12. There's a book just came out by Roman Pollack, and the thing that we should know is that more people are deficient in B12 than we ever thought. So if the doctor has the least suspicion, he should do a test. Now, there are 2 tests that should be done on everybody that we suspect has B12 deficiency. The number 1 is methylmalonic acid. If that is elevated above 280 nanograms per liter, then you are deficient biochemically in vitamin B12. A lot of countries, they don't do that, but patients should continue to ask for it to be done. So eventually they will do it. The other test that lots of times they use is just your B12 level. But naturally, if you don't consume any B12, you're going to have low levels. But it doesn't mean you're deficient. But to be check the B12 level is another way. If it is under 400 nanograms per liter, you are probably deficient. Then what kind of a pill do you take or an injection do you take? Actually, the injection bypasses the absorption of the B12, and that's for sure. You get it. But there's 2 methods by which vitamin B12 is absorbed. One is by the intrinsic factor, which is made in the stomach, and down in the ileum, the 3rd part of the small intestine, it combines with vitamin B12. And you have to have this combination for it to be absorbed. Okay, as you get older, you lose that ability to make that intrinsic factor. So above 50, there are many people who are deficient, even though they're getting a lot of it in their meat diet. However, at one meal, you can only absorb so much. So there have been people who are recommending that you get some, vegans get some fortified food every meal. But naturally, there will be some meals that forget to do that. But there's another method of absorption. That is by passive diffusion.
For vegetarians or seniors who struggle to absorb vitamin B12, taking supplements is the best approach. Vitamin D deficiency is also widespread, affecting more than 50% of the general population, and it becomes even more prevalent with age. Around 70% of elderly Americans are vitamin D deficient, and in some studies, up to 95% of adults in the U.S. were found to lack sufficient vitamin D. People living in northern regions, like Washington, D.C. or New York City, are particularly prone to deficiency. Vitamin D is vital because it helps keep bones strong by increasing calcium absorption in the intestines. Adequate levels of vitamin D can boost calcium absorption by up to 3 times. However, many people, especially those who come to hospitals, are deficient in vitamin D, about 70% of them. Studies have shown that increasing blood levels of vitamin D can also help lower blood pressure and potentially reduce the risk of certain cancers. Although the sun is a primary source of vitamin D, geography and seasonal changes can affect how much UVB radiation we get, limiting vitamin D production in some areas. For older adults, it becomes crucial to take vitamin D supplements since their bodies may struggle to produce enough naturally. As we look at Dr. Scharffenberg's longevity tips, it's clear that a healthy lifestyle plays a key role, not just a diet rich in vegetables and fruits. The Seventh-day Adventist lifestyle highlights the importance of avoiding harmful substances like tobacco and alcohol, staying active with regular exercise, and engaging in community activities to promote overall well-being.